eyes. He followed her when she went out at night, sometimes showing up at her house or coming after her on her runs. She'd spot him here and there throughout the day, when she went to work or ran errands or drove out to a building site. Protecting her, Eric said. Driving her insane was more like it. The fact that Iona was half shifter was a deep, dark secret her mother and half-sister had kept for 32 years. Eric's interest in her was dangerous, could expose her as a shifter, and once that happened, her happy life would be over. But Eric's scent had triggered something in Iona from the moment he'd sat down next to her in the club's dark corner and told her he knew what Iona was. He'd smelled of sweat in the night, and a musk that had made everything in her alert and aware. His scent was stronger now, overlaid with that of his wildcat. He was coming. Iona flattened herself into the black shadows at the back of the cave, but Eric was at the entrance, his leopard filling the opening. She faced him, ears flat against her head, her fur rising on her neck. Eric didn't move. Dominance didn't need to show teeth or make any noise to tell another shifter who was in charge. You knew. He was far larger and more powerful than a natural snow leopard, his pelt creamy white and branded with a black jagged pattern. His eyes, fixed on her, were jade green. Iona's wildcat was more slender than Eric's, but no smaller, though it would be an interesting contest to see whether she matched him in strength. The biggest difference between them, though, was that Eric wore a silver and black collar, and Iona did not. Eric rose on his hind legs until his head nearly touched the roof of the cave. At the same time, his fur and cat limbs flowed into human bones and flesh. In a few seconds, a man stood in the leopard's place, a tall, muscular, naked male who made Iona's heart pound. His face was hard and square, his chocolate brown hair cut short. A black tattoo swirled around his large shoulder and trailed down his arm in a jagged line. The tattoo wasn't magical. Shifters didn't need tats. Eric just liked it. His green eyes saw everything. There was no escaping that gaze once it fixed on you, even across a packed dance floor in a Las Vegas club. Iona still remembered the burn of his stare across the room. Eric, the first person in Iona's life outside her family who'd looked at her and recognized her as shifter. Even through her worry and anger, Iona had to concede that Eric was delectable. He put to shame all the guys who'd tried last night to get her to dance with them. What was between Eric's legs put them to shame, too. The man was hung. "You can't keep this up," Eric said. His voice deep and fine, with the barest touch of Scots, had lately started invading her dreams. Iona gave him a snarl to let him know he didn't worry her, which was bullshit. He could take her in a heartbeat, and both of them knew it. Eric took one step forward. She crouched, waiting, letting him take another step, and another. Once he'd cleared the entrance to the cave, Iona leapt up and sprang past him. His leopard she couldn't outrun, but she could outrun him in her animal form while he remained human. She barreled out of the cave and onto the rocks, and found 200 pounds of leopard on top of her, pinning her to the ledge. How the hell did he shift that fast? Shifting took a while for Iona, and it could be painful. Eric flowed into his wildcat so smoothly it made her sick. His growl became bad-tempered as Iona struggled. His ears went flat, and he locked his teeth around her throat. Fur protected Iona from the prick of his fangs, but she panicked. He could kill her right now, rip out her throat or slice open her belly. The panther sensed his strength. A fight with him would be tough. She couldn't get away, he was too fast. Iona shifted. She didn't want to, but some instinct told her he wouldn't hurt her if she became a human. She felt her claws change to fingers and toes, her pelt fade and withdraw to become human flesh. Eric lifted his long teeth from her throat, but he didn't do anything to stop her shifting. He waited and watched until Iona became a human woman, one with a large, soft-furred snow leopard draped over her bare body.